Ottoman Empire fell, the Caliphate fell. Nationalism resulted from that. Do you think that nationalism can exist, that nation states can exist, or do they want to, because of this strong tie to Islam, still secretly or subconsciously want to go back to this universal ummah, if you will, community?
No, I think that there is a vision of an Arab state, and sometimes they use the term the Arab nation and that sort of thing. But I don't think that that is much of a reality. I mean, there were centuries during which all of Christianity thought of itself. You remember the Holy Roman Empire. We are all part of one great... But meanwhile, France and Germany and everybody else were thriving. And even though this was in contradiction to another set of values, I think it's false to believe that the human mind cannot entertain contradictory ideas at the same time, and I think that's what's happening in the Arab world. They are definitely Iraqis or Egyptians or Syrians. At the same time, they think of themselves as part of the Arab nation, and these are contradictory ideas, but they coexist.
Now, in terms of Islam, Zarqawi says that we are at war with democracy, and we're trying to impose these Western values. Yes, they'll accept a washing machine or a rifle or an airplane, but not what they would consider this Western religion in some ways. Some people have said that.
No, they have said it. Democracy, in my judgment, isn't the problem per se that they're rejecting, although maybe Zarqawi does, because Zarqawi is a fundamentalist and can only think, I believe, in tribal terms. But there are many Arabs who have gone much further in entertaining alternative institutions. I mean, there is nothing in the Quran that most Arabs see, or certainly that I see, but my judgment isn't the one that's important. Most Arabs don't see anything that stands in the way of democracy. The problem with democracy is that during the era of imperialism, the British and the French, and now in some measure the United States, use democracy as a trick for controlling them, and that's their hostility to democracy. We think of ourselves, we Americans think of ourselves as being so noble in bringing democracy to them. What they see is the same old Western imperialism coming again with an American flag rather than a British or a French flag, and democracy is just a trick. They had a lot of unhappy years with democracy, and I'm not sure that that they see it as the wave of the future.